Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's conversation. I just want us to have a conversation about the most urgent change your business needs to make right now, because there are three specific ways that the tariffs, potential tariffs, will separate businesses that are struggling from businesses that are thriving right now. So most business owners are really worried about the wrong thing and talking and focused on the wrong thing right now. There's a lot of talk about the tariffs between Canada, the USA, China, Russia. Hey, Coco. Hey, Nadila. Hey, Panda. Hey, Mountain of Inspiration. Now, if you're watching, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, say something in the chat with your name so that I know who you are, because I see a ton of you guys jumping on live. But if I don't know your name, I can't really talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dantil. Hey, Ryder. So a lot of people are focused and talking about the tariffs and like, oh my gosh, the costs are going to rise based on what's happening. And it's not to minimize the impact that the tariffs are going to have. But the biggest thing I just want to talk about is what you need to do. So this is what I talk to my clients about. And I'm just bringing it to you guys, right? Last night, I was sitting with our Millionaire Mastermind business incubator members. These are people that we are helping and have helped a lot of our Millionaire Mastermind members scale their businesses to millions of dollars. And so my job with them is to help them grow their business, grow their revenue, grow their profits, no matter what is happening in the economy. So I don't play with my Millionaire Mastermind people. Hey, Tolson, joining all the way from the UK. Let me know not just where you're joining, but where you're joining us from. We got Panda joining us all the way from Ottawa. Let's go, right? So my role with my clients is to help them make money in their businesses, no matter what is happening in the economy. And so last night we were having a conversation about the tariffs. And I find that often when people want to talk about the tariffs, they are focused on the politics of it. Oh my gosh, Canada, what did I hear about Canada? So Trump is coming after Canada. I'm not even going to get into the conversation because it's not about the politics of it. Yes, there's politics. Yes, talk about it all day, every day. But if you are a business owner, there is a bigger conversation you need to be having to make sure that your business is taken care of no matter what's happening. We got Whitney from Muskoka. Let's go. Okay? To make sure that your business is taken care of. And last night, we laid down the law on what my people, I was like, let the other business owners out there, the people who aren't watching this video, let them go and talk about the politics of these tariffs. Let's talk about the numbers of these tariffs. Let's talk about the economics of these tariffs. And let's talk about your business in the middle of these tariffs. So the first thing that I want to say to everyone who is watching this live, watching this video, hey, Colette, hey, Grillmaster, ATL, let's go. The first thing I want to say to you guys is this is not the first economic shift we have had. And in the last 5 years, we've had a heap ton of economic shifts. Can someone put in the chat just put your own, even if you didn't notice all of them, because we've had like 3-4 major economic shifts over the last 5 years. If you know just one thing that impacted economics, and business and consumer spending behavior, put it in the chat. Tell me what you've noticed, okay? But there have been multiple changes to the economy. Come on now. Someone's coming into the conversation. I'm gonna call out this, in fact, let's put it up. She said, I expect growth in this season, not anything but. People need to realize that this can help businesses grow and start Canadian businesses, not just Canadian businesses, but USA-based businesses. Like we'll get into what my thoughts are, but let's just say, I like that comment because many people are talking about, okay, costs are going to go up. It's not to say that costs are not going to go up, but here's the thing. For the first time, you actually have, do you guys know that in Canada, it was more difficult to actually trade interprovincially than it's been to trade with the US? So that's why Canada has been so dependent on the US, is because it's so difficult to even just travel within provinces. You'll have Canadians that find it cheaper. It's not find it, it is. cheaper to go to the United States than it is to go to another province inside our own country. So let me not get too much into it, okay? The first thing you need to understand is that there's multiple economic shifts. There was an economic shift when COVID happened. I don't know if we're allowed to say that word anymore. I don't know. For the people who be. But when COVID happened, there was an economic shift. And at that time, there was a lot of money that was pushed into the system by the different governments. And then after that, we saw, because of the influx of cash that was printed into the economy, then we saw the prices of things go up, aka inflation. And so the prices went up, and then that led to a recession. And the reason I say recession with these fingers is because you have a lot of government leaders back then where consumer spending had been impacted. People were feeling the crunch of it. And they were like, this is not a technical recession. I'm like, tell that to the person that's actually trying to buy some stuff right now, right? So we've seen just the up and down wave. And every single time something is happening, a lot of business owners get lost in the sauce. And I'm going to give y'all the solution right now. The biggest mistake that business owners make when the economy shifts, you guys know me, I'm Nigerian. So sometimes you hear my Nigerian accent, sometimes you hear my Canadian accents. And then I have a ton of USA-based clients. So sometimes you hear my US accents. It will all just come out together, okay? We're still here, we're going. All right, hold up. I just realized that I need to share this over here. All right, boom. The biggest thing you need to understand in any economy is that there are people who are still looking for solutions to their problems, to their challenges. Hello, Drew. Hello, Umoke. Hello, Jesus Boss Babe. Let's go. Hey, Mary. Hey, Dean. So many of you guys are live. So say hi in the chat. Let me know who you are. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, Josh. A lot of business owners get into this mentality as if people stopped buying, as if people stopped having needs outside of the economy, as if people stopped caring about the solutions they've been trying to find. Hey, Kelly, you need to understand that even when the economy shifts, people are buying. The main question is, are they buying from you, or are they buying from your competitors? Are they buying from other business owners? Premium clients are still looking for solution. And here's the challenge that a lot of business owners will make when the economy starts to change, or when there is this type of news that's happening, is that a lot of people will start focusing on trying to be more accessible. And in doing that, they make a big mistake where they actually start to change their language so that it attracts budget-conscious buyers. I hope y'all are following me. And so now they're trying to attract budget-conscious buyers, and all of a sudden, they're like, okay, we're doing this, we're cutting prices to stay competitive, we're attracting these budget-conscious buyers, and now you're trying to sell these lower ticket items, and in the middle of that, you're freaking out about the economy and how it's gonna help affect you, instead of adapting to what is happening and saying, how can I be ahead of it? There's 3 specific ways. So a lot of struggling businesses are going to be shrinking. And this is what let me just put this right here, because that's why I have this with me. But a lot of businesses in the middle of, can you guys see this? I don't know. But businesses that thrive versus businesses that just survive, or even don't, because some businesses don't survive these types of shifts. The ones that that don't survive or barely survive are the ones that freak out about the economy and allow that to change the way that they do their offers by shrinking their offers and the way that they position themselves in the market. So and y'all know we talk about money mindset. Hey, Janice, because we talk about money mindset, you don't know how much your money mindset is actually impacting the way that you're presenting your offers, the people that you're pitching to, and the way that you're pitching, the way the words are coming out of your mouth. So the ones that are freaking out about the economy end up lowering prices, they have a chasing energy. What is a chasing? Let me just, my writing is so bad because I'm focused right now, right? But they have a chasing energy. What is a chasing energy? It's oh my gosh, I don't know if any money is going to be coming in tomorrow, so let me just do everything that I need to do to make sure that I get this client right now. And when you have a chasing energy, people can smell it on you. It's like pheromones, okay? You know how maybe, I don't know if it's just me, right? But in high school, we'd be walking down and we'll have there's members, you know, when you have your friends in high school and there's always that member of the crew that's really afraid of dogs. Maybe this is based on where I grew up, okay? But there's always going to be someone that's really afraid of dogs. And then there's always going to be people who have their dogs off leashes in the neighborhood. It just was the way it was back then. Probably right now is not so much, because right now we're a lot more like we follow the rules, right? But people would have their dogs off leashes, and it was almost always like the dogs knew the people who were most afraid of dogs, and that would be the exact person that they would go after. It's pheromones. So for those of y'all who have that chasing energy, people, the clients, they start to sense that in you, in your business, and it actually repels clients that are looking for experts and thought leaders and people that are going to be leading the conversation. So it starts with this focus on the economy out of the negative, like, oh my gosh, there's tariffs coming. What's going to happen? Hey, Ephraim. Hey, bro. Right? There's tariffs coming. What's going to happen? And then it leads to the decisions you make out of that freak out, which leads to this chasing energy. Whereas the businesses that thrive in the middle of change, in the middle of economic shifts, are the businesses that know how to do the 3 Ps. Someone put in the chat the 3 Ps. I want to hear it. I wish I could unmute y'all and be like, the 3 Ps, okay? The businesses that thrive know how to do the 3 Ps. What are the 3 Ps? Let's talk about it. Pricing. Okay, pricing. Positioning. And the third P is premium. Y'all, I am not going to misspell the word premium, okay? Okay. Here we go. Pricing, positioning, premium. The business owners that are going to not just make it, but multiply, whether the tariffs happen or they don't, are the businesses that are going to lock down their pricing. Let me change the focus. There you go. Their pricing, their positioning, and their premium offers. I'm going to say that again. Their pricing, their positioning, and their premium offers. Now, someone put in the chat, their people, process, and product. I love that. The people, process, and product is actually a really good call out. And if y'all want your comments to be featured, find me on YouTube, okay? Go to YouTube. I'm live over there, but it's only on YouTube that I can pull, because I know people are commenting in Instagram, but I can't pull your comments in, okay? So people, process, and product is a good thing for business owners to be very aware of. But people, process, and product is like the basics of business. This is how you are going to be able to simply have a product to sell, right? Like, who's my avatar? Everyone in business knows people, process, product. It's the only way to run a business is people, process, product. But when there is this uncertainty in the market, let me come back and focus on me, okay? When there's this uncertainty in the market, the businesses that are going to thrive are the ones that are going to lock in their pricing, their positioning, and their premium offer. So can I share with y'all 3 specific ways that this tariff, if it happens, will shift and separate different types of businesses and business owners? The first way that it's going to do this is the businesses and business owners that believe the lie. I want y'all to hear me really clearly. The ones that believe the lie, that because of the tariff, sorry, my glasses are trying to play games. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't have a glare. The ones that believe the lie that because of the tariffs, people are not buying anymore. They are going, nobody is buying, nobody is spending money, everyone's tightening their wallets. The thing you need to understand is in every economy, there are premium buyers. Here's another mindset shift I'm a gift y'all, okay? In every economy, in every industry, there are premium buyers. Because some of y'all will be listening to this and you're like, yeah, Toya, and that's probably true, but not in my industry. In my industry, there are premium buyers. It's the same thing I see when we coach people in their, people are trying to message me. Are you guys hearing me? Is this working on your end? I want to make sure this is working on Facebook, because the Facebook people are trying to message me. Here. Okay. Facebook people are commenting, they can hear me, and they were just making comments. Okay, good to know. The first thing that you want to do is break out of the illusion that there are not premium buyers when the economy shifts. Because the truth is buyers are buying no matter what. It's like a divorce lawyer being like, the economy is happening. What am I going to do with my law practice? People are still getting divorced, unfortunately. It's like someone who is a childcare business owner saying, oh my gosh, the economy is shifting. People still need childcare because why? They still need to go to work. It's somebody, like I can give so many examples. I was talking to an accountant. So yesterday night in our Millionaire Mastermind, I actually helped my clients in the moment of having this conversation develop some of their premium offers to be ready for what's happening in the economy. So we had an accountant in the room, and in fact, I'll leave it for her. I gave her that idea. Let her produce that idea and run with that idea. But what is my point? My point is that there are premium buyers for every single industry in every single economy. If you are still getting the I can't afford it objection, that is not an economy problem. I'm gonna step on some toes right here. If you're getting the I can't afford it objection, it is not necessarily a reflection of the economy. It is because your positioning in the marketplace is attracting the wrong type of clients to what you're trying to sell. They're not the wrong clients overall. They are amazing clients, and they're amazing clients for someone out there. I'm trying to make sure that the focus is right. They're amazing clients for someone out there, but they're not the clients for your business if you're the one hearing, I can't afford it, to the price that you're setting. I hope this is making sense. If you guys are hearing me, put something in the chat. Put a fire emoji in the chat. Put a, I get it, I hear you, I get it in the chat, okay? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to separate your mentality from a no one is buying to a how do I find premium buyers in this economy. By the way, this is the way that I teach my clients to think in every economy. How do I find my top avatar in any economy? That's number one. Number two, if you're ready for number two, put number two in the chat. Okay, number two, let's go. The second thing you want to do is you want to address your pricing. What do I mean by address your pricing? When the economy is kind of like whatever is happening, it's kind of normal, you can really go in on low ticket offers. And, for a long time, I've always had premium offers. I started, in fact, no, let me be honest. I did not always have premium offers. If I'm going to be really honest with you guys, when I first started my business, I was charging $50 a month. $50 a month to work with Toy and Crandall. And back then, I was helping people become debt-free, increase their income. Like, they were getting results. And I was like, my mind could only wrap itself around $50 a month. So how did I go from $50 a month offers? And back then, I was dealing with the I can't afford it objection. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. You guys think I can't afford it is an objection that happens because of them. It happens because of you and your positioning and your structure and the value that where you've placed yourself in the market. Because when I was $50 a month, I was dealing with I can't afford it. Yet when I we started learning how to position, how to price, how to attract premium clients, and I started practicing it. This is years ago now. This is maybe 7 years ago. We went from $50 a month. We had our 5K offers, 9K offers, 50K offers, 150K offers, $250,000 for one client, and multiple clients at these different levels. Why am I saying all of this? Because your positioning will determine what people see and what they ask you for. Now, one thing I want to add to this, and this is for someone, because this was not in my notes, this was not prepared, but this just came to my mind. For someone who is watching right now, you may be thinking, yeah, but the structure of my business does not give room for premium clients, right? And what you're thinking essentially is, I don't have any premium offers. So how can I land a $50,000 client where I ain't selling nothing for $50,000? Don't worry, I got you. I will get there. We will talk about that. Okay. But the people who only rely on low ticket items are going to be the first people that get hit. When the economy shifts, it's low ticket only businesses that feel it first. Why? Because those businesses are relying on volume. And here's the thing about volume. If the economy shifts, a lot of people that are listening to the news, and the news is doing all this fear mongering and they're starting to tighten their belts and make other decisions. So those businesses that are relying on everybody to be on board are the first businesses that get hit, because if a lot of people make that decision to no longer make that investment, they've been hit. However, the other thing I would say about the difference is low ticket businesses often don't have a large buffer per client. So their profit margin is so low per client that when the clients decides they don't want to do it any longer, now the business is feeling the pressure. Whereas if you know how to price and position yourself for premium offers, you're now able, instead of needing to sell 100 of your products or services, you're now able to have one good client, 3 good clients. But now I will just say this, because I said one good client, and some of you guys are going to hear that and go out here and be like, Toyin said, all I need is one good client. If you know me, anyone who's worked with me knows that the last thing you want is one good client. Because you do one of my global beliefs is my business is never hostage by anyone, not a client, not a team member. My business is never held hostage by anybody. So if you realize, because some of you guys are listening to this, you're like, Toyin, I already know this. I already have my premium offer, and I already have my one good client. I already have one client that's paying me at the premium rates. Here's the problem with having one good client. The problem with having one good client, I'll tell y'all what happened. I had a client that came into our Millionaire Mastermind about 3 years ago. When they came in, they were running a very established business, and they had one really good client. It was an amazing client, very steady, very stable. They had run with them for years at that point, and that one client accounted for 80% of their revenue. So the good news was they did understand premium offers. They did understand how to price. So they had the pricing, they had the offer, but not necessarily the positioning. Why? Because they only had one client at that level. And as soon as they joined our business incubator and I saw the numbers, because we get into your numbers, we get into where's your revenue coming from. And when I found out that 80% of their revenue came from one client, I told them the first thing we're going to do is get you some other premium clients. Because if you have one client, someone put it in the chat, what is the risk you put yourself at? Put it in the chat. What is the risk you put yourself at if you have one premium client? That's right. Exactly. The one client leaving. And if that one client leaves, now that's 80% of your revenue gone in a day. Y'all, I hope you're hearing me. So you don't want one good client, right? You want multiple premium clients so that number one, your business has the cash buffer to withstand. But number two, even if one of your premium clients leave, you have multiple others that your business is still able to do what it's got to do. That's number two. Number one, what was number one? I hope y'all are following me. Number one is breaking out of the mindset that no one is buying and understanding that there are premium clients in every economy that want a solution, that want it quickly, and that are ready to make the investments to get what they are looking for. Remember, they're not coming to pay you for you. They're not paying you because you're cute. They're not paying you because you know how to talk. They are paying you for a result, for a solution. But here's the thing. Ooh, can I add one more thing? I'm going to add something right here. Many of you guys know how to get someone that results. You even know how to do it. But because you don't know, let me pull this out. You don't know how to position yourselves in the marketplace. Your clients, I said yours, your own clients, are going to people who do not know how to help them get that result. Because even though they may not be great at the function of what you do as a service provider, they understand positioning. And it is the people who understand, let me get that focus back over there. It's the people who understand pricing, positioning, and premium offers that run thriving businesses. So that's number two, is your pricing. The third thing, which is exactly where we're going, is positioning. What you need to learn how to do, exactly, and I love the chats catching up over on Instagram, being limited, you'd be limited to only one. You can lose 80% of your revenue in one sitting, exactly. When it comes to positioning, people often make the mistake of thinking they should just know that I'm the best at what I do because I have all these awards. And I'll be honest with y'all, I used to think that too. Okay, I ain't judging you. I used to do the same thing. I was like, it's obvious. We know how to scale businesses to millions of dollars. Look, I post about it all the time. I talk about it. We're winning these awards. We're one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. Oh my gosh, we just did it again. We're again one of the fastest growing companies. We're again one of the fastest growing companies. Top 400 out of millions of businesses in the nation. So I don't know how many businesses there are in the nation of Canada. I'm just assuming that if the population is 30 million, there's got to be at least 2 million businesses, okay? Top 400 is not a joke. Top 400 fastest growing. 2 years in a row there, and then there's a second, another one that they're going to be announcing soon. What is my point? I used to think that the fact that we were doing the work, getting the results, winning the awards would be enough for premium clients to understand, don't waste your time. You're wasting your time going to all these places where they have all these shiny objects. And so I remember just sitting back and looking at people who would have these like beautiful looking businesses, but I knew because one of them, this is actually something that happened. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I remember seeing a business that was in the same line of work as myself. They were doing financial coaching and they had like pretty graphics. And I remember I was so impressed with their graphics that I just went, those days when you do like a rabbit trail, deep dive into something. I like deep dived into their IG. I was like, oh my gosh, like everything is pretty. It's so pretty. And I remember just starting to be like down on myself because I was like, Toya, your stuff is so plain. You're not even putting anything. This was before I started taking Instagram seriously at all. So I didn't even have anything on Instagram. I did post on Facebook. That's like my jam. Those are my people. My Facebook people. So I did post on Facebook, but it was never like pretty graphics. And I remember it actually became a prayer issue because I just said to the Lord, like the Lord was like, Toyin, was this where it happened? No. So the Lord hadn't spoken yet. I just started looking at all of it. Then I said, you know what, Toyin, don't look at somebody else's business. Let's leave it alone. You go and do your own work. Okay, just forget about it. So I just kind of did that. Within a week, we were doing interviews. This was a couple years back. We're doing interviews for a position we wanted to hire for in our business. And so we had someone who applied. And when I was reviewing, like, my executive assistant did the first level interview, and then I was going in. She was the operations administrator, sorry. So my operations administrator was doing the first layer interview, then I would go in and do the second interview. So she kind of gave me the summary of this candidate. And one of the things that stood out to me was that this candidate was coming out of being one of the leaders of this other business, which is why our company resonated for them. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is that business that I was just looking at. And so in the conversation, I told her, I was like, oh, like, why are you looking for a position? Because, like, you're coming from that business, right? And she was, and I told her the graphics, I've noticed the graphics are really beautiful. I love it. And she goes, because it looks really good, but she's like, there's nothing on the back end. Like, there's no leads coming in. There's no consistency. We're not getting paid. I don't remember, like, I haven't been paid in this long, you know, and she just kind of was like, it's not what it looks like. And I need a job. Like, I need a job that can pay me, that I can use to pay feed my family and stuff like that. And it was that's when I finished the interview, had the whole interview. And then I went to, like, Jesus was just talking to me. We just talk back and forth, right? But as soon as I leave that interview, I felt the Lord just saying, Toyin, do you see that you were so concerned in comparing your business with another business based on the looks of things, when you've been quietly running this multi-million-dollar business that is feeding multiple families, winning these awards, but feeling less than because your stuff doesn't look as cute as somebody else's stuff. So that was the lesson that I needed to learn first, was like, just before, this is important, before you go and put yourself out there, have substance. So when I started my business, I focused on what? Substance. How do I make sure I can actually do what I'm saying that I can do? How do I actually study this thing, learn this thing, get results in it, get results not just for myself, but for other people in it? And then, but here's the thing, many of you have done that, just like me. You've done the homework. You've learned it. You've gotten the results. You know who you are. You're an expert. There's no question about it. Here's the second level. Is if you don't know how to position yourself, you end up losing clients to the people who don't have that substance, who don't have that expertise, and who don't get those results. I got a solution for you. I'm coming. But if y'all are hearing me, I want you to put in the chat. However that spells in your own mind, just put that in the chat. Businesses that thrive are not marketing. Let me put it this way. Let me not go from that angle. I'll go from the premium client angle. I'll say it that way. Premium clients are selective. They do not buy based on what's the cheapest option that's out there. They buy based on who can get me the result that I'm looking for in the fastest time possible. Let's go. They do not have time to waste on people who are unsure about the packages, about the offers, about the products that they're selling. They invest in people who have proven themselves over time. Premium buyers, if I tell you this, the top reason you likely don't have as many premium buyers as you currently want to have is because premium buyers in your industry do not see you as a premium provider. I hope y'all are hearing me. You're not visible to them as a premium provider. And so if your marketing, your messaging, your pricing is attracting the type of people that are going to ghost you, that are going to give you all these pricing objections, then all you're doing is setting yourself up to face these tariffs and be like, oh my gosh, people are no longer investing. Meanwhile, other people are landing $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 contracts at the same time. Multiple contracts. I've had clients that are landed a $20 million thing. So the number can go as high as you want it to go. Depends on what you do, depends on your industry, depends on what you offer. But don't put yourself in a position where you are running a race to the bottom. And I'll be real with y'all. So since my, $50 a month thing, we've had multiple premium offers that we sell, but we've also had low ticket offers. So I'm not saying never do a low ticket offer. What I am saying is if you only have low ticket, you're setting yourself up for a rude awakening. What I'm also saying is if you don't have a premium offer, you're wasting opportunity. And what I'm also saying is if you do have a premium offer, but you don't know how to sell it. Like, it's all good. You can have a premium offer from morning till night. Oh yeah, I have a premium offer. My premium offer costs this and da-da-da. That's great. How many clients do you actually have who are purchasing it because they see the value, they feel confident in your ability to produce, and they actually make that investment with you? Most people that are watching this video are not going to do anything about this. They're going to wait. They're going to say, well, let me just see what happens with the tariffs. Let me see, where things go. Because if the tariffs don't happen, then it doesn't actually affect me. But here's the truth. The truth is the smart business owners position themselves ahead of the market no matter what. Either way, whichever way it's going to go, how do I position myself to win? People are going to be looking for solutions. Do you know that there are buyers that never considered buying from let's say it's a Canadian business. There are Canadian buyers that never thought about buying from Canadian businesses until now. There are American buyers that never thought about buying from American businesses until now. That would just go to China or Russia or wherever they want to go. This is a moment of opportunity. But first, you got to know your pricing, your positioning, and you got to have a premium offer. So if you've been selling low ticket, you need to shift. If you have a premium offer, but you are not selling it consistently, you need to learn how. If you are attracting clients who are always hesitating, they're ghosting, they're asking and always trying to negotiate with you, you need to shift. And if you're ready to stop playing small or feeling like your business is at the mercy of the economy, of the government's decisions, then you need to join me. Because next week, I'm going to be hosting an event. It's called Reinvent Yourself. And we're going to be talking about how to reinvent the way that you show up in your business so that you can land premium clients. So you want to visit me at the website right here, reinventyourself.ca, and you want to register and then drop a comment if you know that this is exactly where you are wanting to take your business. If you know that this is a season where you are focused on breaking whatever limiting beliefs has been placed on your mind from all the last few years of economic, this is happening in the economy, that is happening in the economy. If you know this is a time for me to hit the reset button in my mind and in my business so that I am positioned to not be chasing trends, but to be in the front of it and knowing what's coming and being able to actually have something ready for my people, then you want to join me next week. We're going to be together for 5 days. And in those 5 days, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can position yourself for selling premium offers. Not only that, but I'm also going to be showing you guys on day 1, we're going to go over visibility. So how do you make sure that you're actually seen whenever you step into the room? How can you own that room no matter where you go? Because a lot of us as business owners, you're attending a ton of stuff and nobody sees you. Nobody remembers you. Number 2, day 2, we're going to talk about credibility and authority so that you're able to recognize the gold that you already have. Many people have amazing talent, business, expertise. Yet they look at everybody else, at everyone else's positioning, and you're going, oh my gosh, theirs is so good. That's set up so well. And it's like, you need to learn how to position yourself, because that's what had to break off of me. Number 3, day 3, we're going to talk about why you keep attracting clients that can't afford it. And then we're actually going to do a question and answer on objection handling. So y'all, like, this is practical stuff. You want to join us on that day, 5 days, but day 3 is where we're going to be doing that. Day 4, we're going to talk about how to sell without feeling salesy and what you need to say when you are talking to premium clients. Day 5, we're going to talk about packaging, pricing your services so that it makes sense and you're not trying to haggle to be able to sell. So I'm excited about next week. I'm excited about what we're going to be doing. I want you guys to click on the link, reinventyourself.ca. I'm going to put it in the caption, or you can actually just comment ready. If you comment ready, you will get the link to your inbox. But I'm going to literally show you the strategies that I used to go from charging $50 a month to having packages and consistently selling, because it's not enough to have the packages, consistently selling $20,000, $50,000, $150,000 products to the people that we serve, which turned our online business into one of the fastest growing companies in the country. I'm excited about this conversation. I'm excited to see y'all in the room. If you want the ability to join me in the question and answer sessions, then you want to join the inner circle. If you want to be able to ask me questions, that's going to be our platinum inner circle people. So I'm excited about it. Let me know in the comments, what did you hear? What is your distinction from this conversation? If you're watching the replay, hashtag